It's Toyota Day. But we're not working on Tundra. Customer came up from Maryland. We pre-built the Toyota Solara conversion for him. Go into that in just a moment. This is a manual. It's really cool. It's got some TRD parts on it. Standard halogen headlight assemblies. You know, reflectors. I believe it's a 9006 low beam and I believe it's a 9005 high beam. But we'll transfer over whatever the customer has here, reuse everything. It's gonna come out really good. We'll do a quick before and after beam comparison and a lux comparison, which will measure the intensity. I've actually got new retrofitted assemblies right here, right in front of me. So these are ready to go. We really aim for that period correct look. It's got to look OEM plus on these types of models. Of course, we can paint it, we can add the halos, whatever you want. But in this specific case, we are looking for that factory fresh look. That's the iris shroud and the G5-BRT by Xenon projector. And because our customers really demand the best, using OEM housings in this case, Osram night breaker laser bulbs, you got the weather cap, you got the NHK premium adapter, and we'll be using Hilux ballast, and that will be plug and play. We do have high beam splitters for the high beam connection. So you got the projector by Xenon pigtail that feeds out here, factory halogen bulb in this case, and this will split the signal to the car and essentially give you dual high beams once you're done with this conversion. So super excited to show you guys, and let's assess the beam pattern next. Firstly, let's just check out how it looks right in front. Looks just like it should. This is just the low beams are on. And I'll show you a photo of the output with the lights off. I've already marked the wall where our, we'll match the original height of the beam pattern, assuming the customer says that was a good area. So you can see they have a high kick up to the right. Let me change the exposure. Very center weighted, typical reflector setup. You're not going to get tons of width with this kind of setup, but you will with our projector conversion. And that kick up can be a little bit annoying if you're you know, coming around the curve or you're behind somebody. Depending on the angle, that kick up might be a little bit distracting, but that's assuming, you know, if you got them aimed properly, you should be fine. But I'll get in the zone of the kick up and you can kind of see, you can see a little bit extra glare there. So I've got the lux meter in my hand. We're exactly at 25 feet where we do all the ratings and readings. Go right into the hot spot. Pretty bright, honestly speaking. You know, these are center weighted, so all your intensity is kind of in the center. And for a second there, we're hitting high 600, so that's pretty impressive. Actually, wow, 750. Off to the right a little bit. So you can see it's got that really intense hot spot, kind of right around here, but it's small. It's not really directed off to the sides. Now, if we measure kind of halfway to the wall, we're at about 200 lux or so at a peak, you know. I'll do another comparison there later, but let's see if I can get a intensity rating over here. Wow, 800. Now you're gonna get some overlap, a little bit of overlap between the two sides. So this side sometimes can be brighter, but these assemblies look to be in excellent shape. They might even be brand new that are on the vehicle, but hitting around 800 lux is pretty impressive for a factory setup. The thing is, just doing the maximum lux is only part of the whole picture. You want to look at the whole picture in the sense of the beam spread, the width, and you can see this is choppy at best. Typical reflector setup. You're not having that same intensity throughout the beam. So down the road, of course, things magnify and there's a different degree of change, and you'll see there'll be a big difference with the projector retrofit, of course. All right, here are the retrofitted headlights installed. Again, they were made on OEM headlight assembly, so everything fit up very easily. The bumper didn't even need to be removed. You just kind of peel up by where the center grille is. You can access all the bolts. So fitment wise, it's perfect. Check out the looks. Again, we're aiming for that factory fitment. Really nice, sleek look. And the iris shroud is always the best case for that because it's kind of plain and it retains a nice look without adding too many new kind of dimensions and designs and, you know, new angles. So I don't think it gets better than this. We'll show off the beam pattern and we can analyze it together. All right, let's take a look at the front while it's warming up. When the HID system first starts up, it'll be kind of like a cool white, cool blue, and it'll warm up and get to its steady intensity. And right now we're seeing that. So if we take a look at the wall, you can see it's a lot more uniform. Again, this is the G5-BRT system. You see us using this a lot. It's bi-xenon, so low and high beam function out of the same unit. Really, really crisp, intense. What I really love about this setup is the small step up. It's got the step, but it's not super high, especially compared to the original output. I mean, that was a really high kick. We see that in projectors, older European projectors, but for some reason, yeah, these had a pretty high kick up as you saw before, and the light intensity was just not evenly distributed. So even though we saw pretty high lux figures, it was really centralized. You're not getting a lot of width out of that kind of setup. And you can see what we're seeing here. Camera's picking it up nice and accurate. You do have some color at the cutoff line. That's a standard characteristic. You do have that step up. That's what I was talking about before. It's fairly minimal in terms of the height of it, which is good. You can really maximize the light performance without blinding anybody, especially when you're behind people. I've got the lux meter with me. And let's see, so usually with these setups, we're hitting about 900 to 1,000. All depends on the lens and how the light is refracting through it. But yeah, no, this is definitely a really solid setup. As we saw, the original numbers were quite high for the factory halogen, but as mentioned, you're not getting a lot of beam spread, a lot of beam width, so super awesome to see this. If you guys have any questions, let us know, leave a comment, contact us directly. You can call us, email us. Be happy to talk to you about your options. We may make a listing on the website for this exact conversion, so check out the description first. You'll be able to see the listing if it's on there, and it's a lot of important information. Subscribe to the channel. Appreciate your support, and have a good day.